relationship, which 80% of the time or more ends up in breakup. Why do we do it? Why even get into a relationship, right? If it's just going to end up in heartache and in this loss. Today's conversation celebrates the bigness of breakups. And I was thinking about this because I have a few people going through breakups right now. And 'tis the season to dump somebody and pick somebody else up because nobody wants to do the holidays alone, right? A lot of breakups happen actually right after Valentine's Day. Everybody gets all sentimental and I can't break up with them right at Valentine's Day, so I'll wait until after Valentine's Day. Wait until, we hit that spring and then we'll break up. And the other big point of the season when breakups happen is right now, October, November, December, because there's so much pressure. And it's interesting, we get into quick relationships at this time of the year and we dump long-term relationships at this time of the year. So why am I saying celebrate the bigness of breakups? Because breakups are amazing. Breakups are beautiful. Breakups are breakthroughs to ourself. What happens in relationship quite often is that we will lose ourselves. We become codependent in the relationship. We no longer know who we are without this other person. We don't know who we are unless this other person is defining us. And yes, I have said a million times over that we define ourselves through relationship. What I'm speaking of when I say that we define ourselves through relationship is that we discover aspects of who we are. We get mirrored our own image, our shadows, our beauty. We get to feel love. We get to feel criticism. We get to feel all this stuff that we would not feel without the relationship, without this other person. But then the other aspect of relationship is that we lose ourselves in it. We're no longer aligned to who we are, to what our wants are, to our direction, our soul, our spirit. We get aligned to what this other person sees us as, and we let them guide and direct who we are. That's basic codependency there, okay? So celebrating the bigness of breakup means that we get to celebrate this birth into who we are again. We get to start to witness ourselves. We get to, if we allow, we get to really heal ourselves at a much deeper level. When we allow ourselves to witness that inner child, because what happens in a breakup is that we get faced with that scared little kid inside of us, that little kid who needs the adult for guidance, that needs the protector, the provider, the nurturer, whatever it is, that we really truly believe that we need this other person for different things. Okay? And that child inside, that inner child, freaks out. Think back. I'll just take a moment. Anybody who has had a breakup and who had a breakup in their teen years, okay? Think back to when you were 16, 15, 16, 17. Maybe you were younger. Maybe you were a little bit older. But that first significant breakup that you had, okay? Now, I can go back to when I was 17 and a half, 18 years old, and I had a couple year relationship with a boy, and oh my gosh, we were madly in love. We had so many life plans and the journey all plotted out, and we knew exactly what we wanted, and we were so bonded, connected, in love, right? Yeah, right. We were all of this. And then one day, the relationship was over. A breakup happened, and I went very emo on it, to the point that I dyed my hair black, and I went kind of goth looking, and I wallowed around in my own pain and fear and thinking these destitute things of, I will never love again, I will never find another man to be with, nobody who understands me like this, nobody who connects with me like this. And it was just this disgusting space of really fully feeling my feelings. Now, I didn't fully let myself feel all the feelings, which is the point of the celebration here. When we celebrate the breakup, what we mean by that is to really let ourselves feel. We tend to break up or be broken up with from here, and we block our hearts. And if we really want to get the lessons that we need to gain from the relationship and from the breakup and the coming back to self and getting aligned to self, to soul, to spirit, to our own way of being in life, then what we have to do is we have to let ourselves really wallow in it, okay? And yeah, I'm giving you full permission here that if you are one of these people that are on the cusp of breakup, or you recently got broken up with, you know, I want you, or you broke up with somebody and it hurt really bad because you felt bad. You love this person. You had goals and dreams around this relationship. You were hopeful, but now you've had to just draw the line in the sand, and it feels, it cuts. It's that two-way sword. Breakups typically are a two-way sword, okay? And it stings, it hurts. So no matter what side you're on in the breakup, I want you to really let yourself feel, really get into the emotion of it. Because the fuller you allow yourself to feel the emotion of the breakup, the more likely you are to really heal it at a deep level and to come back into self quickly. Okay, now back to 16-year-old me, and 18-year-old me who had been broken up with. Yes, I wallowed in victimhood. Yes, I was, completely just a train wreck in so many ways. I also armored up. I armored up emotionally. I armored up emotionally, and I might have to go get water. Dust just came blowing from someplace. I armored up emotionally. Yep, I'm gonna go get water. Hold on. Okay. Water. So I armored up emotionally, and I did it with my mind. I made sure that I couldn't really feel. I put my head down and I got caught up in my work and plans for myself, and I went, I have to take care of myself. And it actually led me into another relationship where I was making the maneuver to get out of a situation and to fully avoid what was going on inside myself and not letting myself feel. Okay, and that moved me into a marriage that I spent a lot of my time not feeling, not knowing myself, and it was because I didn't let myself go deep into the emotion of that breakup. Now, that's teen drama, right? Well, like I said on the front side of this, no matter how old we are in a breakup, what ends up happening is we act from this younger version of ourselves. We act from that child, okay? And when we're acting from that inner child, that wounded, fearful kid, we do the same maneuvers over and over again in breakup, and we act out. Maybe we completely shut down and we go, no, I'm not going to do anything, and we get caught up in work and we go, I'm processing the breakup, I'm taking time to heal. Well, that's all great if you're actually taking the time to heal. You're actually letting yourself cry, get mad, play the blame game, get it out of your system. But if you're just up here in your mind and like, okay, I'm just going to do this spiritual study, I'm just going to work, I'm just going to focus on family, I'm just going to focus on exercise, and you think that that's processing, It's not processing. Processing is fully feeling your feelings around the end of the relationship, around anything. In truth, that's basic healing going on here, okay? So to fully express at your deepest level your feelings, that's how you heal. Well, I was guilty of not doing that. I was guilty back then and a few times over through life of not allowing myself to really fully express and feel my feelings around breakup, around a transition point in relationship, okay? So what I'm encouraging you to do today is to celebrate the bigness of a breakup. You know, whether it was a year ago and you just can't seem to get that relationship out of your system, you keep thinking about it. You're, you know, like, oh, what if you keep this person on your friends list? You check in on them here and there because you're hopeful that a door will crack open for you, that their life situation will have changed, their ideas will have changed. Maybe you just sit in hope, and yeah, maybe you're dating again, or you know, maybe you're even in a relationship, but in the back of your mind, you're ever looking for that one that you lost, okay? Or maybe you're just really focused in on life and you're like, nope, I don't need relationship. I don't need anybody. I'm going to just do me, and I don't need anybody, and I'm going to just focus in on these tasks at hand, taking care of my life, right? Well, what I want you to do is I want you to tap into your feelings around it. I want you to realize that you're probably angry, you're probably hurt, you're probably in a performance to be a certain way instead of allowing yourself to really feel. And if you want to really gain the catharsicism of a breakup, if you want to really be able to access your deepest truth and come back to you, then the only way to do it is to tap into your emotions, male or female. Tap into your emotions. Get out of your head, into your heart. Let yourself feel the stress on your body. Let yourself admit, hey, I'm fatigued. Hey, my chest hurts. Hey, I'm really caught up in thought a lot, and I don't know how to access my heart. I feel armored up. I'm doing these avoidance things. Maybe you're drinking more. Maybe you're doing something else more. Maybe you're out partying and I'll show them more. Whatever that is, realize that those are all just ways to avoid the pain that you're going through. Okay, and you know, that includes like, oh, I'm going to church more, and I'm being more spiritual, and I'm meditating more, and this all sounds great if you're on that level of like, yeah, I go to church, I'm meditating, I'm exercising, I'm doing this. I'm staying active and positive about things. No, there's a time and a place for being positive, and then there's a time and a place for getting very real with yourself and saying, hey, this hurts like a motherfucker, and I had hope, I had dreams, I wanted to do life with that person, I wanted to experience things with that person. I really thought we had something, and they let it go, and I'm not okay with it. Letting yourself feel that is what you need to really be able to do, to have a successful celebration of the bigness of coming back to you, because at the end of the day, what's happened is that you've lost yourself in relationship. You've lost yourself to that other person. And depending on how long of a timeline you guys were together, well, it's going to take a little bit longer to get through it. So if you've been in a relationship for a decade, don't expect yourself to just clear it and, you know, process through it in a couple days, right? Give yourself mourning time, and don't put a deadline on your mourning time, okay? Because that's exactly what's going on. You need to mourn the loss of the relationship. You need to mourn the loss of what you thought you had that you no longer have. And as you mourn, come into the celebration of the bigness of who you are, and how powerful you are, and how deserving you are, and the blessings that that relationship brought to you, because it did teach you so much. And when you get to that point where you can have gratitude for everything that that relationship brought to you, now you are in the true celebration, the bigness of that breakup, and you get to step back into you, authentically you, aligned you. And from there you can call in that soulmate relationship that you really do desire. And you're going to know who you are so much better, and you're going to be able to really discover the pieces of yourself that still need work, that you're ready to share, that you're really settled into, and you're going to be able to communicate that. So realize that every breakup is nothing more than a breakthrough to who you really are, that it is alleviating you of old versions, old programs. It's giving you a chance to heal at a deep level. It's giving you a chance to really work through your shit. But you've got to be willing to fully express the emotion and not shove it down, hide from it, run from it, work through it, avoid it, cover it up. You've got to be willing to actually feel. So if you would like information on learning the skills to really tapping into your aligned true self, these feelings that I'm talking about, men and women alike, okay? I'm not one of those coaches that believe that guys are unfeeling. Guys are extremely deep. I know you men are out there. You feel great depth in your relationship. In today's world, women are operating a heck of a lot more from the mental space, and guys are operating more from the heart space, and the polarities are all jacked up. But I can tell you that if both sexes can come into themselves, align to who they are, tap into their heart center, and really get to know themselves, then that's where you get to call in those dynamic, beautiful, aligned relationships that you really want for. So reach out to me for coaching on that. If you are local to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, get on www.kendalwilliams.com, go to the events section. You know, there is tons of stuff going on all year long, designed just around these topics. This is what I work with people on. If you have any questions, of course, put it in the comment section. If I've said anything here that has made you go, yeah, or you have a friend or a family member that has recently gone through this suffering, this heart explosion of breakup and feels lost, hit the share button, share this video with them. And I love you guys. I will catch you another day with another conscious coffee, all on getting aligned to your soulmate relationship. As always, remember, stop existing, start living. The power is within you. I love you guys, and I'll catch you later.